Am I the asshole for getting mad about my mom marrying my fiance's dad? Throwaway account. Please don't repost this somewhere else. My mom doesn't have Reddit, but does have Instagram. And I don't want her to find this, as I do give out very identifiable details. Thanks. I, 24 female, and my fiance, 24 male, have been together since our sophomore year of college, so around 5 years now. For context, my mom, 50 female, had an affair with a coworker when I was 16, leading to my parents' divorce. She has been single ever since, going on dates but no serious relationships. I have had a good relationship with my dad and his new wife. Sadly, my fiance's mom passed 2 years ago due to cancer, and his dad, 53 male, has been single since. My fiance proposed last year, but our wedding was delayed due to COVID. Our families had never met up to this point because his family lives in South Carolina, whereas we are in North Carolina, where we went to college, around a 3 hours drive from his dad. 3 months ago, in January 2021, we decided that it was time to have our families meet for the first time to discuss our upcoming wedding in June 2021. Held in our backyard, COVID appropriate, immediate family only. My dad and his wife, my fiance's dad, and my mom all met at our place to meet and discuss the wedding. This went well, albeit there was some tension between my mom and my dad. This morning, out of the blue, my mom called me and announced that she had eloped. I was shocked, as she has not been dating anyone to my knowledge. Upon questioning, it turns out that she and my fiance's dad had been dating in secret since that meeting in January and had married in secret yesterday, making my fiance my stepbrother. I want to throw up just thinking about this. She said that I should now cancel my wedding because it would be inappropriate to marry my stepbrother. I'm absolutely horrified. I shouted at my mom, saying she just loves ruining my life, and called her selfish. First, she cheated on my dad, and now she went and married my fiance's dad, knowing full well I was about to marry my fiance. My mom then said I was still young and I'd have the chance to meet someone new. But she's old and, quote unquote, has to take every opportunity she's got. And I was an ungrateful B for not approving of her marriage. She then accused me of wanting her to die alone. I don't think I'm the asshole, but I just wanted to make sure, because ultimately I don't want her to have to be alone, even though I think she did that to herself by hurting my dad. I think I should be allowed to marry my fiance as we met first. I'm also 12 weeks pregnant with my fiance's kid, so that complicates matters more. We haven't told anybody yet. I don't know much about whether it's legal to marry your stepbrother, so if someone could confirm that, that would be great. So am I the asshole for being mad about my mom marrying my fiance's dad, and because she said I can't marry my fiance anymore? Am I the asshole for calling my brother-in-law out for his weaponized incompetence and calling him pathetic at dinner? I, 24 female, have a sister, 32 female, who has a husband, 38 male, who is the poster child of weaponized incompetence. They have 4 kids, 10 female, 8 male, 5 male, 3 female, and she's pregnant. My sister works a full-time job, 40 hours a week, cleans her entire house, cooks, takes care of all her children without him doing anything. It is seriously mind-blowing that she wakes up at like 4 a.m., cooks breakfast, does chores, gets all of her kids ready for school, takes them all to school and daycare, and all he does is stay home and work. And when his kids get home, after my sister picks them up, of course, he will play with them for a little and then play video games until he falls asleep. She actually makes more than him. My fiance, male 26, and I had to stay with them for 6 weeks while our home was being renovated. And since we both work full time, we helped her. And it is amazing how much happier she is when she has help. I helped with the kids, and my fiance even drove her to her doctor's appointments. Her husband literally only acknowledges he is a parent when his family is around. Then he is a God-fearing, hard-working father of 5. He is the one that wanted more kids. She wanted to stop after her last baby, but he needed more boys. I am seriously concerned not only for her, but for her kids as well, because now her oldest is seeing what's happening and trying to help, but my sister is prideful and refuses to let her child do anything. Me and this man have never gotten along. He's been acting like this since their 8-year-old was born. I've tried talking to her about leaving, but she doesn't want her kids to grow up in a broken home. And unfortunately, her experience with our parents' divorce was completely different than mine, so she doesn't understand that a divorce would benefit her kids here because she thinks they need their mom and dad together. Cut to this past weekend. Her and her husband threw a pre-Thanksgiving potluck where our entire family and his were there. I stayed with my sister a few days before because I knew he wouldn't help. So we're at dinner all talking, and I mention we are trying for a baby, and my brother-in-law makes an offhanded comment to him about how hard fatherhood is. And I snapped and said, like you would know. He looked taken aback and asked me what I meant, and I unloaded on him, calling him a pathetic excuse for a man who makes my 8-month pregnant sister do everything for their family. I went off for a solid 10 minutes, and he sat there shrinking in his seat. I left. Last night, my sister called me and thanked me for standing up for her and told me she appreciated me. Although today I got a very nasty text from him telling me I'm a terrible person, and because I lied in front of his family, his mom is angry at him and is moving in with them to help her out, and I've made him the laughingstock of his family. He certainly thinks so, but am I the asshole for doing this? Am I the asshole for not letting my brother and sister-in-law see my daughter after they threw away her medicine? I have a 4-year-old daughter, Emma. I am an alcoholic, and I have been sober 2 years. My brother was Emma's court-appointed guardian from when she was 15 months old to just before her 3rd birthday. I had to fight for almost a year to get her back. My brother and sister-in-law are still upset that I, quote-unquote, took Emma from them, and have called CPS on me numerous times and make it clear that they don't trust me to take care of my own kid. I love Emma, and Emma loves them, so I try to take her to see them a couple times a month. A couple weeks ago, Emma caught the stomach flu from someone at her preschool. I am in school full-time and had a midterm that day, so I asked my brother to watch her for a couple hours so I could take my test. They said they were happy to take her, so I brought her to their house that morning with her medicines, a schedule saying when she's supposed to take which medicine and the dosage, a bottle of Pedialyte, and a few changes of clothes. I came to pick her up after the midterm, and half her medicines, her clothes, and her Pedialyte were gone. When I asked about it, they said they threw all of her medicines and the Pedialyte away because they were liquids and they were already opened, so I could have put something in there to make her sick or sleep. Not that it helps much, but I never hurt my daughter or gave her anything that wasn't recommended by her pediatrician. They also said I shouldn't be giving her Tylenol and Motrin. Again, her doctor said it's fine. So they didn't buy her any Motrin. Then I asked about the nausea medicine prescription, And they said they didn't think she needs prescription meds for the stomach flu. They also felt her clothes weren't good enough for her, so they gave it to their neighbor for their garage sale and bought her new clothes, meaning they most likely took her shopping when she was sick and should have been resting. I left with Emma and haven't spoken to them since, except to tell them they will not be allowed anywhere near my kid unsupervised. I'm working on Thanksgiving, so I was going to drop Emma off with my parents so she could see my family, but I still don't want her to be around them without me, so I'm leaving her with her babysitter instead. Now, my family is giving me a hard time for not letting my brother and sister-in-law see Emma and are excusing what they did by saying they were just worried about her. So, am I the asshole for not letting my daughter see my brother and sister-in-law?